This is a sample of a scorecard. In the top right-hand corner, you will see your name printed. If it's not your name, or if there's no name, please write in your name. It's important we know who judged the obstacle because as the judge, you are going to be receiving points. You'll get 1 point for every rider that you judge for up to 2 obstacles per class. Your points contribute to the Judge Award Program. In the left-hand corner, you'll see the obstacle number. Sometimes this changes. If this should happen, please cross out this number and write in the correct number. Typically, the name of the obstacle stays the same, but sometimes the order gets rearranged. At the top of the page, you will see the scoring range for you to refer to and help you keep your scoring consistent. Your decision tree will also be on your clipboard for you to refer to. Along the left-hand side of the page, you're going to see the rider numbers. These are going to be printed. If they are pre-registered to the class, they will always be in numerical order. You'll notice handwritten entries at the bottom. If riders register the day of the event, the judge coordinator should come to you and give you the list of riders in numerical order to be written at the bottom of your scorecard. You'll see that we note if a rider is new. You don't get any special consideration, but it's nice to know who our new riders are in case they have questions or do something odd. Here you will see we note if a rider is a minor. If they're a minor, they must be wearing a helmet. Be aware that each class has a gatekeeper who is looking for issues with tack, footwear, clothing, and checking minors for helmets. Whenever there's an issue, such as a tie-down, martingale, stud chain, or a missing helmet, we allow the competitor to correct the problem. If they can fix the problem, then they can continue with the event. But if they arrive at your obstacle and they're unable to fix it, for safety reasons, they cannot do the obstacle. If you can see the gatekeeper, you can send the competitor back to them to help fix the issue. But if you're on trail, for safety reasons, riders should not be turned away or asked to return to camp. Please make a note of this on your scorecard so that the host is aware of the problem and the score makes sense. If possible, reach out to inform the host. We also note an equine's breed and color on the scorecard. We do this to help determine that you are scoring the correct equine and rider team. The rider number is associated to the equine and rider team. If the rider brings more than one equine, they will have multiple numbers. You can see that we show an example here of a rider that brought 2 equines. That's why it's so important to read back to them their rider number, name, and their level to make sure that you score the correct team. You will also notice we identify if an equine is gated. If an equine is gated and the instructions say to trot, they may gait, but they're not required to. We want you to be aware of them though, so if you see this, you understand what you're watching. If the instructions say to lope or canter, all equines are required to lope or canter. You can see that there's a spot to write the level, the rider score, whether they got a plus or not, the equine score, whether they got a plus, and your comment. Comments are very important to our riders. Everyone gets a comment. Here you can see we give you a generous space to write a comment. Not so you can write a novel, but so you can write neatly. Try to keep your comments short and concise, 8 to 10 words or less, so they fit on the scorecard and are easy to read to the scorekeeper, who then types them into the system. If you give a score of 9 or below, you will comment on the biggest problem or struggle you saw. And if they missed a critical element, you would state it specifically. For example, no trot, drop rope, etc. You will not tell them how to fix it, give them a lesson, or worry about trying to encourage them or make them feel better. If you comment with your emotions, such as great, perfect, nice try, or well done, That is not helpful to the writer. These types of comments are very frustrating for the writers because unless you tell them what they did wrong, they won't be able to improve their scores in the future. If you give a score a 10-10, you can comment on what you liked. For example, smooth cadence, nice balance, or excellent plan. When commenting, some judge finds acronyms to be helpful. If you find yourself saying the same thing repeatedly, you're welcome to use the acronyms at the bottom of the judge's worksheet or create a custom acronym. When you do this, please write it and the definition at the bottom of the scorecard so that the host knows what your acronyms mean when they're inputting comments. Now moving to the right side of the scorecard, you will see the column marked shout out. Use this to check off your potential shout outs. There may be several people who stick out to you, but only one shout out is allowed. After you're done judging, you can use your comments to narrow it down to your final shout out. We will go into more detail about shout outs in the judge worksheet video. This concludes the scoring your obstacle and comments video.